gotten any sort of, I know you've been asking for a Zoom call with Kevin Warren. Has there been any progress toward that or?
No, we haven't heard anything at all. I'm sure everybody saw the letter that they sent out on August 19th, and that was the last thing we've really heard from the Big Ten.
What's your thought about what the Nebraska kids did, and do you support, I mean, it's a state matter, so you probably can't legally support what they did, but are you hopeful that what they're doing will get anybody some kind of answer on what's happened, or what do you think?
Yeah, we're pretty hopeful. I think they have a preliminary hearing on Monday, so we're anxiously waiting to see what happens from the Nebraska side with those parents and the lawsuit that they have filed.
Is it, among the group of parents, has it come up to take legal action potentially against the Big Ten, or what's
I haven't heard specifically from any parents, but I know it has been mentioned in some parents group. I wouldn't say it was anything through the FPAOS board, but just some parents have talked about maybe we should follow suit with Nebraska as well.
Randy started today by saying that the Thanksgiving idea was kind of a non-starter for him. Are you all kind of unified there that you don't like the new thing that's kind of been floated out there?
I mean, I don't know what the difference is between Thanksgiving and January. So if we can start at Thanksgiving, ultimately we would want to move it up to the beginning of October and at least give us a chance to compete in the football playoffs and possibly a national championship.
Do you think the number they've suggested Thanksgiving plan, a January plan, they seem like they're discussing a bajillion plans, but do you guys think the pressure you guys have put on has maybe helped spur some sort of smoke or action from the conference?
I mean, I like to think that we've been at least some sort of way successful in at least getting them to start talking about the plan moving forward, because really, when they canceled, there wasn't a plan at all. We didn't know if it was April. We didn't know if it was March, January. I know Coach Day had floated January. So I'm hoping that by keeping some of the pressure up on the Big Ten, that it is encouraging them to come up with a solution, because we're not going to stop, right? We're going to keep fighting until we get answers.
We're not getting to see the athletes here, obviously, because the school wants them to distance, but when they pulled the plug on this, behind the scenes, what was the feeling from the kids? Just they had to be completely
devastated,
crushed,
right?
yeah.
They put in a lot of work. Most of them have been here since the beginning of June for workouts, and they were following all of very strict safety protocols that the coaches had lined out, and they were doing an excellent job. And then it's like they put in all this work and it didn't really matter. That's what it seemed like. So.
Is there an added level of personal frustration for you and Kamryn? He's had an injury-plagued season or career so far, seems to be doing well, and then we run into this gigantic cluster.
Yeah, I mean, he's frustrated. I would say that he's been through so much adversity that, sometimes he's like, well, we'll just see what tomorrow brings. He just takes things day by day. He relies on his faith, really, and that God always has a plan for everything. So.
Are the players still following the safety protocols as diligently as they were before? Does that seem to be kind of a prerequisite for being able to move a season up and start?
Yeah,
early?
I think they're continuing. Well, I know Kamryn is anyway. They're continuing to work out and go up to the Woody, and so all of those safety protocols, I'm sure they're continuing to try to follow, because, I mean, ultimately, let's say tomorrow they say let's move forward. They want to be as safe as possible and be ready to start playing.
Amanda, what have you been through in your life that helped you prepare to take on a leadership role like this, where you've been front and center helping organize something like this?
Well, I didn't know this was going to be part of my job. But, I've always loved football and been very active in different youth programs in St. Louis. I've been the business manager, and I've helped coach youth football teams, not even teams that Kamryn has participated on. And so it's just kind of been an evolution. Of course, part of my job is I lead a pretty large team. So, that has helped as far as taking on some of the leadership responsibilities.
And then how about the response from the coaching staff, and just maybe elaborating a bit on the way that behind the scenes you feel like they've supported you in this fight?
Yeah, so, I talked to Coach Day, and, we keep in contact, and ultimately, I just kind of let them know what's going on. We're here, to support the coaches and the parents, and to kind of be that liaison between the coaching staff and the parents, to really inform the parents what's going on, and to really connect with all of the coaches and the parents.
We've heard a lot today about demands for transparency and considerations of different timetables. Could you elaborate more on your demands in terms of player safety? Because I think that gets into play for hours like this.
Yes. So I think Ohio State set the standard as far as safety protocols, and I realize some of the universities might have not had those same protocols and procedures in place. And so in our first letter, we said to Kevin Warren, look at what Ohio State's doing. They have this excellent protocol system set up. They have players bought in. So we were encouraging, the Big Ten our plans were saved here with at the Woody and all of them.